We also have talked, even on this channel, about Angel's very dramatic response to that. Angel Reese started with, "I'm heartbroken. I'm literally lost for words, knowing what this woman meant to me in such a pivotal point in my life. She was the only person," which is interesting since she's been coached before.
It's almost astonishing that age, or he still has the audacity to ignite controversy with her outrageous remarks, despite facing legal action over steroid allegations. This time, Teresa Weatherspoon, or Coach, was the subject of the bombshell she dropped. Trust me, if betrayal had a face, Teresa's would be at this very moment. Sadly, it appears from some recent accounts that she lost her job as a result of that relationship. Officials from the Chicago Skier here informing everyone that trees were suspended due to the team's lack of performance. But all on the Here Angels leaking some serious tea, saying that's not the whole story. Essentially, she showed disdain for the official. The official response to this was that, so why is she acting in this way? Or her claims true, genuinely accurate? Is this just one more shocking turn in the Angel restored? This is becoming nasty. So let's dissect everything from the beginning. The internet has been on fire ever since an Angel races. The reason behind it all, she was once heralded as the WNBA next great thing. But now she's at the center of something so explosive that it's bending the entire league. Rumors circulated for months until the truth was eventually revealed. Reese reportedly turned to performance-enhancing substances in an effort to maintain his celebrity. What do you do really when you just can't keep up with the best in the league? Yes, not too much allegedly used steroids to close that disparity. It's Angel Reese who is evil. The hero here is Caitlin Clark. Additionally, Angel Rooms got kicked out last night for continuing to contribute to. And furthermore, it appears to be scripted. The WNBA would love this. She is the center of attention. It is she who is addressing the reporter, saying, "It's important for you all to know that the two of us have altered the landscape of women's basketball. And Caitlin Clark isn't the only one. That happened in the national championship game 2 years ago. And I was there. And from this point forward, things will stay that way. It's kind of adorable." She is not, my opinion, more Caitlin Clark than Age, where he says there and that. And then suddenly there is news that recent performance-enhancing drug test result was positive. And everyone in the WNBA community went insane. Her team at the time, the Chicago Sky, did not hesitate to suspend her while they conducted an investigation. Let's be honest though, we could all see where this was going. For anyone who's observing, could see that Angel reason. The situation in Chicago, as well as the Reese's career, fell apart faster than or fourth quarter shooting percent the moment those test results were released. Her public persona was precarious enough as it was, however, this broke into pieces. The heavens part of her hair, the league too admires, it left everyone licking their mouths after dropping to the ground. The WNBA has existed for a few decades. Additionally, there was no awareness of the game. Now that they're noticing it, or Caitlin Clark, not Angel. Reason is to blame for that reason. Legibly utilize prescription medications, not over-the-counter ones by Elements, no. The report. And or, if he is a potent performance booster that increases red blood cells to improve endurance and stamina. It is said that she took it, the substance that makes runners and bikers into superhuman beings. She also may have experimented with anabolic drugs, which gain muscle more quickly than you can say. Wise choice, of course. These two substances are completely prohibited by water standards. What about the WNBA? Yes, this is not something they are messing about with. When athletes are found utilizing these prohibited substances, their lives are usually not made easy. Public humiliation, suspensions, and a large question marks running their entire career. Addiction is a real thing. Detention addiction is a real thing. Then why did Reese do this? Or a strain pressure to continue being relevant? In a league currently dominated by players like cavemen, hard to essentially spend her debut season rewriting the WNBA record book. There is pressure did not just play in the league, but to stand up, averaging 20 points a game, breaking assist records, and generally making everyone else appear to be moving slowly. Clark was lighting up the court in the interim. Reese, to be really honest, the most important thing in my opinion for her to concentrate on is simply finishing the rim. Perhaps her rebounds will be cut in half, for that she will still have a significant influence. Though she did manage 11.5 points and 9.2 rebounds per game though. However, in contrast to Clark's supernova-level performance, it felt like attempting to compete in a jet-powered foot race, to be honest. A significant portion of Reese's rebounds were simply her rebounding her own misses. Not exactly a sign of someone who is controlling the game. However, it is the nature of pressure. It has the power to cause individuals that act in ways they never would have. The circulating rumors regarding Reese's use of steroids present a very depressing picture of an athlete who chose the easy route since they were unable to stay in the limelight alongside Clark. Reese purportedly turned to these performance enhancers in the hopes that they would help or close the gap with the league's top players, rather than accepting the grind, pushing herself harder. Unsurprisingly, they didn't. What they actually accomplished was swiftly remove her from the Chicago Sky and bring about a scandal. A juries from March should be the bad guy. Kennedy Carter undoubtedly agrees with that as well. Chad, immediately following our discussion on Angel Reese, and the antagonist in the narrative that draws attention to Caitlin Clark's product, was used during the WNBA for the first time. In her WNBA career, she is ejected. Reese didn't have to do anything, which makes the entire situation all the more heartbreaking. She was talented. Everyone believed that her battle with Caitlin Clark would be the next big story women's basketball when she first joined the league. Rather, she has turned into the public face of one of the largest doping scandals to hit the view, and be that critics and fans are doubting. Everything did Reese ever have a clean game was the foundation of our entire career life. It's the kind of gross deviation from the norm that makes you shake your head. Would Angel Reese quit her rookie season early so she wouldn't have to face the shame? Imagine Caitlin Clark winning Rookie of the Year instead. Chicago Sky wasted little time either. Reese was placed on suspension as soon as the investigation began, and it was all over when the test result turned up positive. After putting in a lot of effort to grow its fan base and establish its brand, the WNBA is currently embroiled in a public relations nightmare. The league is left struggling to clean up the wreckage after one of its most well-known players became the face of cheating. However, we must also consider the psychological toll that all this must have had on Reese. According to some stories, she was feeling a lot of strain, particularly because of all the similarities to Caitlin Clark. While Reese was stranded on the squad that was incapable of winning anything, Clark was out there shattering records, landing sponsorship agreements, and guiding her club to the postseason. The media attention, the incessant criticism, and her frustration all likely caused her to make some very bad choices. And regrettably for Reese, she selected the lunar. It shouldn't be necessary to plead for 70. Being a famous person shouldn't need you to take advantage of yourself. However, wait out on those before you start feeling terrible for injuries. Said that the horse is like a reality show that no one signed up for. The fallout from restaurant incident drove the Chicago skyline into full turmoil. As it happens, the stirred controversy wasn't all that pleasant. Completely destroyed trust. Caitlin Clark, Angel recent needs, or it is not. Caitlin Clark's require Angel Reese for someone who is expected to be a leader doing drugs is a bad side. Didn't only disregard the regulations, a relationship with the team was shattered. Moreover, team spirit disappears when there is no longer any trust in the locker room. The Sky player were no longer able to unite around her. Their great player had just sent the last wrecking ball through a season that was already spiraling out of control. She is enraged because there are more than one player. It's not only about them, it also concerns me. And then there's a wait, a timeout. I haven't even witnessed it. Nobody. That's that this is our thing. Oh, and we must not overlook Teresa Weatherspoon's role in the plot twist. Chicago Sky head coach rumors started circulating that Weatherspoon might have been involved in this whole steroid situation, which was a plot twist from out of a lousy sports film. Teresa Weatherspoon, Angel Reese's kosher, I should say her former coach a few weeks prior. Everyone was aware that Teresa Weatherspoon was leaving the Shucks. Toggle Sky stating that it was time to, quote, make a change. Yes, the exact coach who is anticipated to. It's possible that Reese was pushed toward the iceberg by the person steering the ship. Reese was purportedly advised to try a small boost by someone trying to salvage the team's dismal 30-27 record. Given the dire circumstances in the season, it appears that Weatherspoon reason, why not? This is the kind of gossip that leaves you wondering if you've wandered into an other reality where the coach is giving out lousy counsel rather than strategy. Chicago Sky's Angel Reese had a significant culture problem with the head coach who was sacked, of course. There's Teresa Weatherspoon, the rookie coach under fire for modifying the strategy to suit Reese. Once more, a lot of us were able to predict it. Not even Weatherspoon had been with just one season. The Sky that law in her haste to make a change, things quickly deteriorated, instead of improving the management pressure. The awful season record and our mounting aggravation all looked at pushed her over the edge. According to Insider, she allegedly encouraged Reese to juice up, despite the hazards, said she was so tired of losing. And Chicago's front management didn't hesitate when that scandal surfaced. Weatherspoon's demise was announced more quickly than controversy. She left the house just as quickly as it. The message was very evident. The sky cannot bear any more of this chaos. The dismissal of Weatherspoon was about more than just getting rid of a losing coach. It was about clearing the deck, starting over, and keeping the squad apart from everyone and everything connected to the controversy. Her standing as a coach suffered greatly. This catastrophe is overtaken a career that was once bright and focused on player development leadership that will result in significant malfunction. Since teammates in your team have eyes and can see where we can see, let's face it, every team wants to trust in the coach show. They observe what was going on with Angel Reese, how dedicated, for lack of a better word, Teresa Weatherspoon was to Angel Reese and this absurd enemy, even though they chose not to speak in front of the microphone. The reality that it wasn't a coincidence that Reese and Weatherspoon were fired at the same on the Chicago Sky needed to eliminate bad influences to start over. However, Caitlin Clark's WNBA rise was legendary. The 2023 WNBA season saw 40% more viewers than 2022. However, since Caitlin Clark came, watchers have climbed 400%. It seems impossible to acquire superpowers without rocket fuel, steroid scandals rooting Angel Reese's career. But Clark's success was built on still hard work and mental toughness. Clark outperformed Reese. Age or is generating a stir, since everyone has an opinion, although not the victim, a jury's always appears victimized. Resist game suffer with every Clark record court gather more than stats. The representation began, she thought advertisement for throwing money at her Nike to giving, or $28 million contract for nothing made headlines. What's best famed could have come without scandal or villainy.